Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Olivia Rose, and I'm happy to be with you today. I'm going to share my screen so we can get started on our presentation, Steps for Success, presented on behalf of Harmony Women's Course to Confidence. Okay. So, steps for success, healthy habits and routines to stay motivated and overcome self-doubt. My name is Dr. Olivia Rose, naturopathic doctor. And first, a little bit about me. I am clinic owner and medical director of Rose Health Clinic in Scarborough, Ontario. I've been in practice 15 years with a clinical focus on hormonal health, stress management, weight management, skin health and rejuvenation, digestive, immune, heart health, and hypertension. I'm also owner and founder of Free Live Organics, a cruelty-free organic skincare line established in 2019. And of course, I am mom to a rambunctious 5-year-old boy named Rich. And that is us here, probably one of I think the big snowstorm day that we had in Toronto back a few weeks ago. So in today's presentation, we're going to walk through how to set yourself up for success when you're looking to implement health changes. Many of you have maybe set New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals, health goals or life goals, and we're now, heading into the second quarter, and perhaps those goals have fallen to the wayside. Perhaps you're not quite achieving or not quite where you need to be. With respect to, the goals that you set for yourself, whether it be goals you set for yourself year round or at the beginning of the year. So let's talk about the problem with relying on motivation, why routine is so important, the importance of planning, how to overcome self-doubt. When that self-doubt, that little voice in your head creeps in, keeping yourself accountable, and some of my healthy habit baselines. Motivation. I love this picture. Make this day great. It's not good enough to just wake up and say, make this day great sometimes, We have to have a plan of action. So motivation, great to get started, but not always enough to keep going. Motivation can be a great tool to get you started on your health journey. It can be what pushes you through the initial part of a major or even minor lifestyle change. And when we feel motivated, we can push ourselves further than when we lack motivation. Right? So motivation is great, but like I said, it's not always enough. If you rely on motivation alone, your healthy habits are going to be sporadic and eventually end when the motivation runs out. You get tired, especially during these times. So this will not lead to success, but it will, however, leave you feeling frustrated. So what can we do about it? Let's talk about routines. Success lies within our daily habits. So when you look to make healthy changes, your daily habits are what will dictate your success. Once something is routine, you'll no longer feel the need for motivation to complete the task. So my example here is brushing your teeth. You don't need to get motivated to brush your teeth. It's ingrained in you that if you don't brush your teeth, you'll get cavities, right? And your breath will smell, and no one wants that. So you do it because it's now just a part of your daily routine. The idea is to take a healthy change you would like to implement and change it into a habit, that next step. But in order to do this, you need to start small. And it's not enough to say start small. You have to start very small and make those incremental changes. So let's talk about the 2-minute rule. I love this. It's a great way to start creating routines is to use the 2-minute rule. It was created by David Allen, then used by James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits. When building a new habit, keep it less than 2 minutes. It may feel strange, but this idea that you're forming a habit before, it's the idea that you're forming a habit before increasing the challenge. So you're just starting in those incremental things, right? So it's sort of like starting to work out. You don't have to always go to the gym and start with a routine and have a trainer and do all of that. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting up and getting your weights and doing some bicep curls. Doing that for less than 2 minutes every day, that keeps the motivation going and gets you, it drives you to keep going and maybe extending and expanding upon that time. So according to James Clear, this is called the gateway habit. The next thing you want to do is plan, of course. You want to carve out the time and plan for your healthy habit. So when creating a new habit, it's important to carve out the time in your day and plan for changes that you're looking to implement. For example, if you're going to start taking your daily supplements consistently, decide on which time of day that you're going to take them. Is it going to be morning, with your lunch, with your dinner? Oftentimes lunch doesn't quite work out because you're on the go. It's the middle of your day. So usually sometime in the morning or sometime in the evening, right? Decide how you're going to take them and how you prepare ahead of time. Maybe you just take them with food, so you need to have a meal. Or maybe it's helpful to have a pill container and organize your supplements ahead of time at the beginning of the week. But maybe you need to separate out your supplements. Have your bottles handy. So you want to plan ahead for the habit at the beginning of the week so you can limit the barriers to completing the task while you're busy during the day. Because if you're like me, when the day starts and things start rolling, everything else sometimes just gets left out the window, thrown out the window, or left at the wayside, or however you want to say it. It's just, I need to plan ahead. I have to set reminders in order to get all the tasks done that I plan to get done. So then we have this sneaky little thing called self-doubt that can come in. A barrier to changes that you want to make is what we call this self-doubt. So with self-doubt, it's that little voice in the back of your head that is trying to bring you down, and so we really have to talk about how you can overcome this. Basically, it's something that we all experience at times, but consistently feeling uncertain about your abilities can be a major barrier to making decisions and undermine your ability to make and create healthy changes. When it comes to self-doubt, sometimes it's best to seek help, like from a professional, such as a therapist, when implementing larger lifestyle changes. Many people use life coaches as well. Self-doubt can stem from deeper issues, attachment issues that you've developed previously in your life. So you might need to dig a little deeper to uncover what the issues are. If not dealt with, your self-doubt can lead to other issues such as anxiety and depression, so mood disorders. So it's something that you want to put in check and take seriously and try to overcome that in order to create healthy habits for yourself. So overcoming self-doubt. I love this graphic here. So when you can take doubt and make it become do, easier said than done, right? But it's really the beginning. The first thing you want to do is you want to get a routine. When we have an inner critic that is louder than our motivation on a particular day, the critic will outpower outpower the will to really push yourself and to keep yourself moving. I also say to start small. Like I said, if you start small and stay consistent in your habits, you will see the growth. You want to track your progress. So start tracking your progress and completion of daily habits from the beginning. Some people like journaling, putting notes in their phone. If you're trying to track healthy changes with your nutrition using an app or just writing it down on a nutrition journal, just paper and pen, it can work as well. The other issue is that To overcome doubt, you don't want to compare yourself to others. Just compare yourself to you only. That is the only way that you'll succeed here. If you start comparing yourself to others, it will just bring you down. And this is where, the trap of social media comes in as well. Because when you're just watching other people's lives, which really most of the time is not even real, it's fake. People put the best out there, the best pictures, the best videos. So you just don't want to compare. Just try to stick in your lane, focus on yourself. Accountability. This is one of my favorites. In order to be successful, you have to tell somebody, tell people, about your goals. I don't know if this comes from, just, being back in the day when you were in school, in grade school, just wanting to impress your teacher. I think of it like that. It's like, if you tell someone about it, they will hold you accountable. They will ask you about it, and then it will make you kind of bring you back and make you think of it. Did I do that today? And so when you're just you have it bottled up inside, you don't have the same type of accountability that you will if you have an accountability partner. So tell someone about what you are trying to achieve. Someone you trust, a really, a serious and close friend or a family member. So when you tell others about the changes that you're making, it increases the likelihood that they will be completed. And having a positive accountability partner will help build up your confidence and encourage you to continue moving forward. So who can your accountability partner be? A friend, an online Facebook group, or other type of social media group. So this is where you can use social media for good, as I say. A healthcare provider or coach, like a life coach, a health and wellness coach, an app such as Strava, wearable technology such as your Apple Watch or Fitbit. I like my wearable technology, but even sometimes I have to put that down, but it does hold me accountable most days. So let's talk about my healthy habits baseline. Nutrition, water, movements, and supplements. These are things that you want to get down pat from the beginning and go from there. So for nutrition, you can see, I call it the plate rule, where you try to take your plate and do half fruit and vegetables, a quarter of your protein, and a quarter of your healthy carbs. It's so simple. And I tell my patients, like, even if it's a day where your foods aren't that healthy, so say you order some fried chicken, you can always pull out a salad and put that salad on half of your plate and feel better about your choice. It's okay to have balance. You don't have to throw everything out the window when you decide that today's not going to be such a great day for food. Have some balance, and even if today's a completely not a great day, you always have tomorrow as well. So it's just about not beating up on yourself, but having a foundation that you can always go back to. And that's what this plate model does for me. Meal timing. So create a time to begin eating for the day and a time when you will be done eating. So try to keep this to a minimum of 12 hours and try to space your meals out so you're eating a meal every 3 to 4 hours during the day. This keeps your blood sugar levels stable, for example. So fiber, for example, 25 grams per day for women, about 35 grams per day for a man, and fruit and vegetable targets, starting with about 3 to 5 per day. Somewhere in there is always good. A great way to do that is just a smoothie. With nicer weather coming around the corner, it's nice to bring out the blender and get some fresh smoothies again. Daily walks, another one. Movement, so key. Look at this beautiful forest that these two women are walking through. So lovely. But you want to get outside no matter where you are. Go for at least one walk per day. Outdoors is preferable. Get that fresh air. You can set your circadian rhythm by looking at the sun. Absorb some vitamin D from the sun. Give your eyes a break from looking at the screens and take some deep breaths in the fresh air. Count to 5. Breathe in, and count to 5 while you breathe out. Daily walks. Hydration. Water is a great healthy habit to start. Often easier said than done. In the summertime, it tends to be a lot easier to drink water, I find, with my patients than in the winter. But like I say here, it's easy to do and at the same time, easy to forget. So set a reminder for yourself, have some water on your desk, add herbal teas in the winter if you find it's hard to drink cold water in the winter. And start your day with a large glass of water, and try to hit 1 liter before lunchtime could be a goal, for example. If you're taking supplements, I say take each pill with like a half a cup of water each time. It helps to make sure your supplement goes down to, into your stomach and past, where it needs to be, doesn't get stuck. And it also ensures that you get a little bit of that, you get a little bit of a head start on your water for the day. Basic supplements to consider. Vitamin D is a really important one, an important one for anyone who lives through 4 seasons, or at least has the winter season, but year round. Magnesium in the evening, it's a wonderful nervine, a wonderful calming mineral, helps with sleep, helps boost your melatonin levels naturally to help with good quality sleep. A B complex, especially if you're taking a birth control pill, or you have a plant-based diet or highly stressed, a lot of those Bs are depleted by certain medications. And also, if you're not eating a lot of meat, you're not going to get some B vitamins like B12. Omega-3 fatty acids are really important, from cold water fish, plant-based versions from hemp seeds and chia seeds and flax seeds, and a high-quality multivitamin. Adrenal and immune support, I always love talking about, because during these times of stress, you want to just make sure that your body has everything it needs to to just prevent illness and to keep you strong, and keep stress hormones from bringing you down and making you feel sick. Maintaining healthy habits. So the cultivation of healthier habits will not happen overnight. Obviously, you want to take your time and be patient with yourself. Take it one day at a time. So that is our presentation for today. I did put together some reflection questions to get you started. Number one, is what I'm doing in my daily life bringing me closer or farther away from my goals? Am I happy with how I spend my time? Number three, what steps can I take to get closer to where I want to be in the future? Number four, what is one goal that scares me? And number five, what is one goal that I'm confident in? It's often really great and helpful to start with the one goal that you feel really good about, really solid about, and go from there. Once you get started, the momentum gets going, and you can build upon that. So thank you for joining me.